TippmannEffect. It's going to be a quick clip on reassembling your stock Mech 98 Custom. First, take your front bolt, slide it onto your power tube. I usually have it facing up so that I could put the linkage arm easily without having to move it around. Which actually this piece will slide up and down and will actually turn, so when you pick it up you have to actually be careful you don't drop it. It's a lot easier to slide in with it already in the hole. Again, you want the hammer turned just about the same, have the hole parallel to the hole of the front bolt, so you can just slip your linkage arm in the hole of both. And turn it back straight as you need it to be. Next, you want to put your sear pins in. I always like putting the first 3 in along with the sear before I put the spring on. I actually like holding the pin, the last pin with the spring on it, before I slowly slide it on to the sear. Just stretch the spring some and slide it into the hole. Make sure your sear's down and that part's on there. Good. You want to put the trigger pins in. And slowly slide your trigger on. Then slide your detent in its slot. Press it down, make sure it's tightly in there so you don't lose it, so it doesn't fall out. Back into their slots. And put your trigger spring back in its slot. Make sure everything's in there, make sure it's not loose. Next, put your trigger guard on. There's actually a slot right there where the trigger guard should press into, depending on what kind you have. The last thing I do is put the rear pan spring and end cap in, just so that it doesn't end up flying out while I'm putting everything else on. Just want to press it in hard, and it'll lock in place. Using the front grip to hold some of your parts and screws. Of course, you could easily just put that in the last after you put the receivers on and all the screws on. Once you see I screwed all the screws but the front screw in, so that you can see. Just want to take it out, clip your front grip together. It should slide in pretty easy, and then screw your front screw in. Make sure that you screw your ACA screws in all the way as well, so that your tank's not moving.